All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So as of today is June 17th, 2026. So yesterday, I was watching I was actually reading some articles, right? And the articles were about a bunch of women that has been arrested for statutory rape. There was so many files. I read 28 different files. Man, this thing was so long. I was done. I'm scrolling. I'm like, damn, like how long is this, right? But I had to go. And these are real cases. Now, what was weird is because I'm watching movies, and in the movies, it was the same type of thing. Like the wrong teacher or the teacher's obsession, all this kind of stuff. And all of these teachers, right? Now, the movies are one thing, but in the movies, you had this one case where this woman was like schizophrenic and she was like damaged mentally because people was calling her ugly when she was her mom, particularly, whatever. I don't know why she ended up wanting like someone so much younger than her, and this is like a situation where like she's old enough to be the kid's mom, right? But then you got this had this one teacher where she just basically fell for this kid for whatever reason. And again, considerably older than him. Every movie had a situation where it was I need, I can tutor you or just something where whether it was the student asking for tutoring or whether it was the teacher offering tutoring, they end up falling for the kid. Then they try to fight it, but then they give in. They fight it, they give in. Whatever. Some of it ended with the kid stalking the teacher and not wanting to end it. The one movie ended where the teacher basically, the kid wanted, he got money and he left home. And the teacher left herself because she didn't want to get fired because it was going to get out that people knew that she was messing with the student, right? But she said that she wasn't going with him. That's how that ended, with her getting on the bus and crying like she was really hurting, and the kid, wherever he ended up going, he went. Now, as movies, you're like, this is kind of weird, right? Because this is a kid. And the teachers are falling for kids. These real life situations, with the exception of the student stalking the teacher, was like actually like identical to the movies. And where there was cases where you had like the one I remember reading where this teacher was saying that she felt bad for the kid because the kid was smart, he had a bright future, and he was just in a position where he didn't have the right guidance at home, right? Now, how the hell does this translate to you having sex with him? It's beyond me. But one of the teachers even told her mother that he's not a baby, he's a big boy. Like, he could even come and live with her. You telling him you don't want him in your house. I don't know if she thought that was going to be bargaining chips or something. But the mom, basically went to the police about it. Now, some of them were doctors, nurses. Even one of them was a female judge. And I'm saying, mind you, these are career women, not some drug addict woman out of her mind sitting home You understand what I'm saying? Stoned out, broke, just trying to get money or trying to. This is not even into that. These are career women. That doesn't make you think. Now you're sitting in class teaching. Here is a young boy. Probably don't even know how to wash his ass properly yet. Don't. Here's a young boy, don't know shit about the world yet. And you're looking at this little boy thinking about having sex with him. And then I started thinking about all these videos of these women constantly talking about no good men. And men are always underperforming and in it, black men, blah, 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 whatever. But in this situation, all of them, some of them were black, some of them were white, whatever, Latino, whatever. They were all different. It wasn't just one, but they always talk about how men this, men that, right? But what I find weird is this. How is it that men underperform? How is it that men are no good? You have such negative things to say about men, but you have interest in having sex with little boys. And I feel like, is it like you can get away with things, these little boys, that you can't get away with grown men? You want to be controlling, you want to feel empowered, like you have a little puppet, he'll do whatever you want. What is it? Because it's beyond me, and I'm reading these stories, man. Like, even the one with they had the one teacher, right, where people were saying they just, like, certain students was noticing, like, how the flirtatious looks and stuff, and then like they wasn't quite sure, right? But they was noticing things like how they sit off there, like, away from everybody, talking and stuff, and like the one student could just do things other students couldn't. And where she screwed up was when they started texting each other. And just like in one of the movies, the mom wound up going through the son's phone and saw text messages and stuff and was reading them, and then realized that this was a teacher. And so basically, the one I seen in the movie, the mom confronted the teacher, and she didn't, at that time, she hadn't went to the school yet. And that was the movie where she wound up leaving before she could get fired, and the kid wound up leaving, but she didn't go with him. She's telling him, you got your whole life ahead of you and this and that. I'm not going to take that away from you and all, but she cried like a baby when they went their separate ways. Now, this is what feels nasty to me. What do you have in common with these? You're like, think about this. I know years ago, most men were older, like considerably older than their wives. And I guess it was seen as a normal thing. And especially when you meet a female, then it's like you're not hanging out around a school. You probably don't even know the age of the female at the time or whatever. Maybe she was mature for her age or whatever whatever it was. But a lot of people were like much older than their wives. But I don't understand how you even get to the point. You're like 40-something years old, 30-something, late 30s, early and mid 40s, and you're talking to a 15, 16-year-old boy, and you feel like you're on the same page with this kid. They're the same ages as your kids. It's weird to me. But I'm saying, what goes through a woman's mind? You are a career working woman that talks about, you talk like you have some intelligence, but what's the connection to the kid? How do you lay down and cuddle with this kid and feel like you're with a man? How do you have a conversation with this kid and feel like you're talking to a man? Like a female, I remember this female asked me some years ago. She asked me, we were dating at the time, and I remember she asked me, did I always find her attractive, right? And I just looked at her. She said, what are you getting at? She said, no, I mean, did you always? I said, what do you mean did I always? What are you talking about? Because we were together at the time. And she goes, no, I mean, like we were kids, because we knew each other since we were kids at the time. She said, did you always think I was beautiful? I said, why does whatever I thought when I was a kid matter now? We together now, right? Like, I don't know what, I mean, whatever. Like that, I didn't even find it necessary to talk about. I never even thought about it. So she goes, no, but I mean, did you think like when you saw me when we was kids, you wasn't thinking like, oh, she's beautiful? I said, listen, I don't. Whatever I was thinking then is whatever I was thinking. Why does it matter? We're together now, right? Then she went and showed me a picture of herself. And said, all right, so when she was, whatever age we were. And then she goes, you don't think I was sexy back then? I said, what the fuck? I said, look, I'm like, we're not having this conversation. She's like, what? And I looked at her. I said, look at what you asking me. I'm a grown-ass man. I said, okay, so let me ask you something. If a little girl was walking by here right now, same age you was then, and I said, damn, that's sexy right there, that wouldn't sound like some weird, creepy shit to you? Then she said, yeah, okay, I see, yeah, okay. I said, okay, you think because it's you and we're together, it's like I'm supposed to, oh yeah, I said, for me to even say to you, oh yeah, you was a sexy little girl, that shit just sounds nasty. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, so, no, I'm not thinking about that. Okay, same thing. So if I'm saying that about you, anybody can look at an underage child and do the same thing. Ooh, that's sexy right there. Ooh, that's underage. Your mind shouldn't be on that. Don't worry about the past. Leave the past behind. That was then, this is now. So I ain't worried about what you were when you were little kids and you're right. So fortunately at that time, it was no thing where she was too dumb to understand where I was coming from. Because a lot of people are like that. They just have this narcissistic thing about them where they just have to know that everybody find them attractive or some goofy shit like that. But I'm like, and I'm not thinking about that. I'm looking at this shit saying, if somebody asks, like in this era of time right now, I feel like a female could ask a man that same question and that motherfucker would be like, yeah, hell yeah, you was sexy as hell. We was, no, because you're different. Now you're grown. Your body parts, your lady lumps and everything is where they're supposed to, right? So that means I got to dig in my brain to try to remember what you look like as a kid. And then I'm saying, no, that was then. Every conversation is not necessary to have. That's why you just dead certain conversations. And your mind is not on that. So I'm like, just imagine that. And then she said, damn, she's like, baby, I'm sorry. Because now that you say that, now I feel stupid even asking you that. Because, yeah, it is creepy. Exactly. And this is my point. So however old we was, 8, 9 years old or whatever, some old 8, 9-year-old girl walking by and a grown-ass man going, damn, she's sexy. No. So I'm not understanding how, even like, for example, right? I got sons. I hang out with my sons anytime. I love them. That's my sons. It's like I got nephews and nieces, but I'm not hanging out with their friends. They know that. I'm grown. They're not my peers. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I'm not hanging out with a bunch of, no. Even when I'm talking to people, like certain conversations I've had, and I can see that I'll make a person feel really stupid, even though that's not my intentions. Sometimes, and I'll be clear about it. I don't hide it, but for the most part, no. Like someone approached me, and then, yo, what up, big dog? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Brody, check this out though, right? Yo, this and that, yo, yeah, right. Like, ever see somebody talk and and it look like if you couldn't hear him, you'd be like, is this motherfucker battle rapping or some shit? The fuck is he doing, right? So while they're talking, I'll just look at them like, hey, you good, man? Yeah, what's up? I said, nah, fuck all this. Relax, man. Fuck. Oh, yeah, you know how I do. And I'm just staring at them, and then they'll calm that shit down. Whatever fucking happened to, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm good, how are you? Hey, I'm good, man. Just came from work. This, that, whatever, get ready to go do some shopping. So how was your day? Yeah, the day was good. A little bit hot, but, it is what it is. It's supposed to be a nice one tomorrow. But people don't know how to do that. Everything, yo, I have to tell you something, yo, check this out, though, yo, me, and you just like, what starts happening? They feel uncomfortable because they feel stupid. They might talk to everybody else like that, but when they get to you, then it changes. Hey, how you doing, sir? This is what I'm saying. When you're talking to a female, it's the same thing. Oh, you hey Mr. Aries, you did you go to the mall yesterday? Why? No, because I know usually on Tuesdays you go to the mall. I was wondering if you did. Did you see notice that the hair salon was open? Cause such and such supposed to do my hair, and I've been calling, he wasn't answering. Did you notice if you seen a sign of them saying they closed? Because I swear to God, they just think. As a man, can you imagine holding conversation with somebody that talk like that every day? And this is your female. You wouldn't feel like you was talking to a child? Because there's women my age that I can't even have conversations with. But at least I know they're my age. They're grown. How do you talk to a minor? That you're old enough to be that person's father or mother. How? How do you not feel out of place? How does that not feel nasty to you? You can't be 44, 45 years old talking to a 15, 16-year-old little boy. What kind of shit is that? And then y'all be, these motherfucking men ain't shit, these men this, these men that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So while you up there at the blackboard, writing your shit and talking, deep in your mind, you looking at this kid going, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of him one day. And then they had the one black woman who was screwing around the kid and then threatened him if you tell. Now she probably, that's what it said. She probably didn't, I don't know that she said, I will kill you, literally, I will literally kill you. But you know how people be I will kill you if you tell, just a figure of speech. I don't know if that's the case or if she literally threatened the kid, but that's what it said she said to him. That she will kill him if it gets out. And basically, it got out because they got careless, they got sloppy, and it got out. And basically it was admitted by the kid. So she got caught, and, I think, matter of fact, he bragged about it to his homies. I just don't understand how, as a society, this is happening way too often. And these cases was all from this year alone. All these cases, the 28 that I got to was all from 2026. So I ain't even get to if it's going to start to drop to 2025, 24, to whatever. All these were 2026. And I'm talking about I'm scrolling down and I kept scrolling. God damn, what the? So I'm going. And so it was one of those pages where the story that I was on was highlighted. And so I'm sitting there looking man, this shit went down. I'm man, what the? But just 2026 alone, have you females gotten to the point that you done lost your minds, man? Because let's just be honest. when you decide that someone that could be your son or daughter all of a sudden is attractive to you, how do you not feel like a scumbag inside? Because even if your thoughts is, or feel, you don't feel like something is wrong with you. Because if your thoughts is even, but I'll be good to him, I'm not going to cheat on him or try to hurt him or nothing, I just want to help him, and I know I mean we're good for each other and I can help him. And think about it. I mean, the kid was legal at the time, right? 21, whatever his age was, that Jada Pinkett Smith